Okay, hello guys, YouTubers, ladies and gentlemen, Shoot Fist Productions here again. As promised, we're now gonna, if you've seen the other two videos, we stripped the gun down. This part's got to be repaired. That's the piston. When we took it out, it had no leather washer or anything on it, and we sussed out that the screw in here is snapped off. There's voice marks on the barrel there. So someone's tried to repair it, and so what we're going to do, we're now going to do the same thing, try to repair it. So first of all, I'm just going to wrap a bit of cloth around it just to give it a bit of protection in the vise. I don't want to grip it too hard just yet, because what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to drill out, or I'm going to file that stud that's sticking up. I'm going to file that flat, and then we're going to attempt to drill it out, get a stud extractor in there, and if that fails, we'll just do that gentle. Right, if that fails, we'll have to drill it right out and retap it and what have you. So I'm just going to attempt to file this right down. If that's too much hard work, I'll probably have to get a grinder on it. So anyway, so I'll just start on this, and we'll see in a bit when that's all filed down. Alright guys, that actually went a bit better than I expected actually. That wasn't too bad. My file was obviously good, so I got that more or less flat. Caught that edge there a bit, but that doesn't really matter because the washer's going to be over that. Now, what we need to do is get a punch, which I haven't got, so I've got a nail. So I could come up and we've got to punch that as well in the middle as we can get it. Actually, that's sliding down, so. Yeah, I'll just give that another bash. My nail ain't too sharp. You should really use a punch. So I've got loads somewhere, but I just can't find them. Okay, back in the vise. Okay, right. If we grab our stud extractor, which is this thing here, what you do, you wind it in as a left-hand thread, and then you get something on there to grip it and twist it, unscrew it, and as it gets, obviously as a left-hand thread, the harder you turn it, the tighter that gets in the hole, and hopefully we can crack this out. If not, I mean, this is the smallest one I've got. If that's not successful, we'll just drill that toolie out, retap it, and we should be away. So I'll just get a drill bit that corresponds to the size of this thing here that I want to get started. Okay, I think that's, I don't know if you can see that, I'm no master engineer, but that gives it enough for the tip to get in a bit, and then so if that's not enough, you can open the hole up a little bit bigger. So now the most important part in drilling things out is getting a good start, so go careful as you go. You really want to drill with a speed control trigger, and put your drill bit in a bit further than you normally would so it doesn't flex, because if you bend this it'll just snap, and you don't want to get a hardened drill bit stuck in there where you try to drill it out. So I'll just go nice and slow just so I can get a start. I can't see my punch hole. Yeah, it's not spot on centre, but that's close enough. Right, that was probably my drill bit slipping. No, we're through the, right, we're through the screw. I felt that drop down, so there's a bit of a gap under the screw. And I'll just test my stud extractor in the hole. That's not quite, the hole's not quite big enough, so that's fine. So we've got the pilot in there. We'll just open that up a little bit more. As you can see, once you've got the hole in there, when you open it up, that drill goes in nice and easy. So that's gripping in there a bit. So normally I'd use an adjustable spanner, but you got to get that in there square. That was a bit on the hook there, and I'll just try and give this a start. Got some grips on it. You just need to get that to bite in. And it's going in. Gently as you go, because again these can snap. I'm going to take that out and drill the hole out a bit bigger, because there's getting quite a bit of tension on it now and nothing's shifting, so I want it to go down quite deep so the end don't snap off. So I'm going to open it up a bit bigger, and I must be honest, from what I'm feeling and saying, I don't think this extractor's going to work, so we are probably going to have to end up drilling it out anyway. So by making this hole gradually bigger, it isn't really going to make much difference. So we're nearly up to the edge of the thread on that side, so we'll just give that another go. Okay guys, I just twisted it out with my fingers. As you can see, that was easy in the end, but I'm totally lying, because in the end that got stuck, the mill grips kept twisting. I had to get another vise to hold this bit, grip it in this big vise and get it out, because to be honest, if it would have twisted that anymore, they would have just snapped in the hole, which would have been even harder to drill out. So as I suspected, the stud extractor has not worked. Unfortunately the hole in there is slightly off centre, but I don't think that's the end of the world, because that's only got to be tapped out and hold the washer. At the end of the day we could put the washer off centre, or what, concentric, whatever the word is. So we'll just carry on now, just opening that hole up. What we're going to do now is we'll probably measure up the hole in there, decide what drill size we need for the tap, and we'll take it from there. Okay guys, what happened is we've actually a bit of good news, because I drilled that first hole was slightly offset. We've gone into the side a bit, so what I've done is I've got a little tiny drill bit like this, and I just went in at a slight angle and drilled into the top of the bits in there, and that split in half and started floating around, so we actually managed to dig it out. So having said that, because I've drilled into the side a bit, that thread is pretty naff. Again, we don't know what size it is or anything, so what we're going to do, we're going to drill it out. Once we drilled it, I just stuck this magnetic screwdriver in there, and I'm pulling all the little bits out before I drill it, and I'll do that again after. To save me keep taking it out of the vise. So what we're going to do, we've got a 6x1mm tap, and the drill bit size to use for that is 5mm. So I'm going to stick that in the drill now. So I'm just going to drill that down there as parallel as I can get it, so basically as upright as I can, and nice and slow, and the drill bit is slipping. Right, I didn't tighten it up straight away, because if it does slip, that means you're pushing a little bit hard. So we'll just give that another gentle go. Okay, let's just actually I'll just get my magnet. It's going to be handy for that. Get all that stuff off of there. Another little engineering tip. It's a pain to get that off the magnet though, mind you. So I'm just going to check the depth of that hole there. Just mind that end of that bit isn't hot, because that probably will be. So what have we got? Yeah, we're basically at the bottom of the hole. So I'm just going to drill a little bit more, because the tap I've got is a taper tap, which is good for getting a hole started. But what you should really use, if you've got a flat bottom hole, you'd start with a taper tap, and then you'd use a tap which is like got this bit cut off, and it just starts straight on the thread. But I haven't got one of those, so I'm going to just drill that hole a little bit deeper, just to make sure that we get enough, get up to the proper width for the thread cut. And we've sussed out that the metal rod inside this is basically what this bit is screwed onto. So we ain't got to worry about drilling in too far. So I'm just going to take that hole a little bit deeper. Just keep pulling your drill out to get all the swarf and whatever out. Okay. Right, I'm just going to check the depth of that hole. Check it up against the tab, and yeah, I think we're pretty safe there. So if I'm teaching you to suck eggs, excuse this bit of the video. This is a tab. It's got little flutes in it, and what you do, you put a bit of grease on it, and I'm not going to touch this with my hands. Just any grease really. You get a little bit in the flutes, and what that does is all the little bits that you're cutting off as you cut the thread get stuck in there, and you keep pulling it out, wiping it off, and away you go. So I'm just going to make sure that hole is properly cleaned out with my magnetic screwdriver. Just wipe some of that off. Okay. So the most important bit about getting this started is again making sure that's as upright as possible, and just gently turn it. And you'll know when you're starting to cut, because that will obviously start getting firmer. And just like hold this in the centre to start with, because you shouldn't need a lot of pressure. So I can feel that now starting to bite, so I'll just turn it back a tiny bit. So you don't want to be rushing it. Just literally a tiny turn at a time, turn it back a bit. And I can now feel that biting in, which is good. So just nice and gentle. I'll probably get expert engineers on the video saying I'm doing this wrong and that wrong, but I'm not an expert, but I've done a bit of engineering work in my past. I fixed my own car, I drilled out my glow plugs, car's still running, so I think, you know, well, I can feel that coming to a stop, so I've obviously hit the bottom of the hole, so I'm now just going to gently wind that out. And we should now have a 6x1mm threaded hole in there, so I'm just going to just have a quick look. My eyes ain't too good, I'll have to get my cameraman to have a look at that, but it looks okay. Again, we'll have to source the correct screw we need, and we'll obviously when we get hold of that, we'll finish this video showing you how we're going to put the washer on and all the rest of it. But that's the thread cut, so we'll get a nut or screw head or whatever, test the thread. If that's not good enough, we might have to just go up a thread size, cut it a bit deeper, but I think that's going to be fine. So in conclusion, stud extractor, I was dubious that was going to work anyway. It was worth a try. If I was going to do it again, I think I would have got that hole central and just went straight for the drill out. Considering how this thing is constructed, there's not much chance of going wrong. So there we have it. So look forward to getting that screw in. Might take a few days. We're going to probably hand cut a leather washer, or try and buy something, you know, that's the sort of universal type thing, and we'll take it from there. Okay guys, while we're waiting to get that screw sorted out for the piston and what have you, one other bit we forgot to mention. We said there's only one bit needed repairing on the gun. The other bit is the barrel seal here. Some people call it the breech seal or whatever. So this is a washer. What I saw some other guy do is he managed to dig that out, and he put a spacer underneath to raise the washer, because that was quite thick, and we're thinking that's a good idea as well. That'll save a bit of hassle, a bit of money. So what I've got here, I've got a set of O-ring picks like mechanics use them for getting off O-rings and stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and dig that out without damaging it as much as I can. I'm probably going to use this hooked one, and I'm going to give it a go, and hopefully we can get this out in some sort of usable condition maybe. But okay guys, I've got the torch out now, and I can see I'm sort of, sorry, I didn't want to dig in too hard. I feel like I am sort of hitting metal here, and we can see, we've got a bit coming out here, so I'll just gently pick that out, because that's obviously had it anyway. There's no way of getting that out, and that feels actually rubber. I think someone's replaced it with a, yeah, it feels rubbery. That's not leather. Someone's not bodged it, but they've put a modern equivalent in there, and what we thought was leather is actually rubber. So that's a bit of a discovery for us. Sort of good in a way, because this is actually coming out quite nice. Just change my pick like a dentist. There we are, open wide, sir. And I'm not going to scrape that too hard, but that's yeah, that's Looks like we might, I know originally we said we don't want to put any parts on this and get it original, but to be honest, with our budget, to be honest, we want to just get this shooting and working. So I think if we get an O-ring to fit in there, I think that's gonna do the job. So we'll finish up cleaning this up. We'll get it all nice and bright and sparkling. We'll probably get a wooden toothpick in there because I don't want to scratch it and stuff. But the depth of it is, yeah, the sort of O-ring size, which to be honest is good. That's probably going to be easy getting an O-ring that fit that and finding or even making a leather seal or whatever. So yeah, that's good news. So yeah, I think O-ring in there. Might have to stick it in somehow if that don't grip on enough, but I don't think there's actually a lip on there. But again, we'll see what we can do with that, and hopefully we'll get this screw sorted. We'll get the leather thing sorted for the piston, the washer, and the next video we're going to put it all together. We'll get that all done. We don't want to keep stringing this out because you know, we're getting quite excited ourselves actually. I mean, this all seemed tedious, but as soon as these two bits are gone, that's it, bang, the gun's back together. 20 minutes and we'll be ready to shoot with it. So we're really looking forward to the last video. Hope you're going to stay with us and see what happened. We can't wait to shoot it, and yeah, we'll see you on the final video, put it all together.